All right, what's going on, everybody? Gaby Card Stacks here. Today I'm going to be running through my entire Bowman University portfolio, case, collection, investment, whatever you want to call it. It's not financial advice, but I'm just going to run through all of the prospects that I've been buying, dating back to Bowman 2022, really, now into 2023. So I'm just going to run through, why I buy it, what price point I look at, and kind of my outlook. So going to run through everything here. I've got my Zion case with pretty much all Bowman University in it. So let's jump right in. All right, so I've got everything. I pulled out of my Zion case. So let's run right through it. This Jaden Bray, it was just super cheap, color match. Sapphire, you're not going to get much cheaper than $15 for a black. Taj Brooks, one of the guys that I really like. Unfortunately, no autos in the regular Bowman set, but he does have them in Sapphire. So this is red to 5 color match. One of the best running backs in the country. I think he's top 5 in rushing, over 1,400 yards. So I'm not huge on Texas Tech, but I do like Taj Brooks. Kate, I got that in my Sapphire boxes, so nothing I'm super crazy about. Same with these Riley Leonards, but I'm going to hold him. Just Notre Dame, he's going to have the attention. He was one of the top quarterback sleepers, I guess, of this year. Heading into the year, they beat Clemson week 1, and that kind of jump-started. He got hurt. Stock kind of went down. Joe Milton, I'm going to hold this for the draft. That was part of my break as well. We got Jalen Wright Black, part of my boxes. I'm probably just going to hold that for a little bit. Harold Perkins, one of my favorite of, I guess, next year's draft class. Freshman All-American, purple color match, really nice there. Montreal Johnson red. I have picked up a ton of Montreal. You'll see a ton here. He was previously committed to Arizona, so that's how I knew about him. And then he decommitted, signed with Louisiana Lafayette, was Sun Belt Freshman of the Year, went to Florida, split time with Trevor Etienne. I always liked Montreal Johnson a lot more. I thought he was way more productive, a better runner, so very high on him. Mario, this was just cheap. I thought like 40 or 50 bucks. A couple Kobe Prentices, not my best buy. I could probably get rid of those. Quinshon Judkins, red at a Sapphire to 5. I think he's the best running back in the country. I was very high on Ole Miss. I think he'll do well at Ohio State. LT Overton, people had him as the #1 guy in the transfer portal. I didn't see it, but this was, I think, 25 bucks for a red. He's at Bama now. Keon Keeley, you can never go wrong with the Alabama pass rusher or edge guy. So very long-term hold. He was a freshman this year. Same with Jahad Campbell, sophomore, but I think this will be a decent hold. Damian Martinez, one of my favorites. Super productive, won Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, and I don't know, super productive. He is going to dominate this season without being in the Pac-12. We'll see what that conference or schedule looks like, but I'm very high on Damian Martinez. I kind of overpaid. I think I paid about 60 bucks on that, but it's worth it to me. Montreal again. Ben Yurosek, this is a guy who is big in the draft community. He doesn't put up huge numbers at Stanford. He's in the portal right now. I've seen UW, USC, and I think he was taking a visit somewhere. Texas. He's at Texas right now. I could see him going to like an Ohio State and being a big piece there, but he's a guy that I bought into. He'll be more of a draft guy, or if he gets a big portal jump, we'll see. Travis Hunter, I've been buying Travis and Shadur. Their stuff is absolutely tanked compared to release. Of course, they were, I think, 3-0 when the product released, maybe 3-1. But yeah, definitely you can scoop these up on auctions pretty cheap. Cam Kinchins was a first rounder for most of the year, but seems to fall out a little bit. We'll see, but wanted just a nice color match. He doesn't have any autos, so that was going to do it for me. Bucky, I think he was kind of as close to those Oregon running backs as we are going to get to like the early 2010s. Montreal Johnson again. Ezeraku, I was doing some research. He's the best pro prospect on Boston College. His stuff was super cheap. Anytime I see a card, like a gold auto that's 10 bucks, I'm like, I'm going to look into this guy. So that's what happened with Ezeraku. I've just been picking up his stuff pretty cheap. Igbuka, I think he's going to be a second-ish rounder, but super talented, hurt this year. Not bad. More Bucky Irving, a true orange auto. Antonio Williams, he's a 4-star guy from South Carolina. Been hurt quite a bit, so we'll see, but kind of a long hold there. Some more Bucky Irving. Nate Wiggins, he's a first-rounder, didn't have autos in chrome, so just wanted a nice little orange. Evan Stewart, 5-star guy out of the 2021 class, has not been super productive. but he's in the portal. We'll see. I think Oregon lands him, and I think he'll be someone to watch for sure. If he goes to Oregon, that'll be dangerous. Phil Maffa, one of my favorite guys to kind of jump up next year. He had 4 touchdowns in the bowl game. He had a lot of good. Will Shipley was hurt a lot of the season, and he really stepped up. So I'm really impressed with Phil Maffa. I think he'll be nice. Dorian Singer more for the PC. Jack, he is in the portal. I saw he was visiting Cal, though. We'll see, but I can't imagine his stock gets any higher. Jackson Arnold, I do not believe in this guy at all, at least compared to his prices. That's what drives me nuts. I mean, I sold his yellow auto for probably about 150 before he ever played, a meaningful drive in college. And so for me, I'm going to buy into the hype and sell it, but I can't support people who are buying at, full comps right now. I got that buy it now. It was a pretty good price. Jahad Campbell, another edge guy here. Orange at 25. I think I got that other 15. Little Dorian Singer for the PC. More Antonio and more Jihad. Going into gold now. So I have it all red, orange, gold. Joseph Griffin, when I was researching Ezraku, I looked at Boston College. I was like 4 guys in the product. Joseph was a 4-star. Coming out of high school, he's a big body receiver. People lazy comparison is Zay Flowers, just in terms of, I guess, potential. But I figured, $10, why not? ETN, I bought quite a bit of him. I think I got this at auctions for like $20. Dallas Turner, one of my biggest investments from last year's set, early. So now once the draft ends in April 2025, kind of mock drafts are going to come out. He was on that early list, and I kind of jumped all over. I figured he was kind of up next, the next Will Anderson type. So I was picking up those pretty cheap. Jackson Dart, a guy that I'm high on, it's a jersey number as well, so I like that. I got that for about $30-ish. So going to be in the college football playoff contention this year. Really good transfer portal rankings, so we'll see what happens. Jaden Ott, another one with Damian Martinez, another sleepy guy. Put up stupid numbers over the last 2 years as a sophomore. So Jaden Ott, I really like that. I got that for $20. Gold auto, can't beat it. And that's kind of my max of like gold autos, unless it's a guy I really want, and then I'll go up and pay for it. But you can get a lot of gold autos for $20, and I think the floor should really be about $30, depending on the guy, or just the risk. Like sometimes you can see him for like $15, but it's like, if I want more Joseph Griffin, not really. Tetrella McMillan, gold. I think he'll be a first-round pick, so holding on to that. Jaquavius Marks or Woody Marks, I was really impressed when they played Arizona. He really ran over them. He's now at USC. I picked this up for $10 again. I'm going to take a chance at $10 on a gold auto. It's hard to lose money when you're paying that price, so you just got to keep looking at auctions and save searches. So really like my price point at that. We'll see. I think he could do some damage at USC. Jalil Farouk. What I'll do with a lot of guys, I will Twitter search their name, and I'll see what the fans are saying. And a lot of people are like, oh, Jalil Farouk returns next year, Angelo Anthony, Nick Anderson, I think is another one. Yeah, I just figured, he's got a little bit of potential there. Phil Maffa, gold. Sometimes you'll notice the gold, that like this gold is like a deeper gold than this one is almost like a yellow. Devin Neal he's like top 10 in rushing. Rick comes back with Jalen Daniels. That'll be interesting. Just wanted a piece. He's kind of expensive for what he is. Brendan Presley returns. One of the top 10 receivers, I think, in the country. He's a little dude, 5'8", maybe. Over his last 4 games, he had 500 yards and 40 catches. Quinshon, I bought this before he transferred. I think he's one of the best running backs. Apparently not a great character guy or teammate guy, but whatever. More Dallas Turner. AJ Swan, just cheap gold quarterback. He transferred to LSU. I don't think he's beating Garrett Nussmeier, but you can prospect and dream. More Damian Gold. I don't remember where I got that one from. More Dallas Turner, Jalil Farouk, more Joseph Griffin. Jalen, people have him as a plus 2,000 Heisman contender. We'll see. He was hurt for most of this year, and his stuff was super overpriced, but he could have some potential. More Antonio Williams, more Montrell, AJ Swan, Marshawn Lloyd, top 5 running back in the draft this year, transferred from South Carolina, kind of split some time last year, I think with Troy Dye, and we'll see what happens with that, but I think I got that early on release. Monterey Baldwin, I just picked this one up not more than a few days ago. Little guy, speedster, he returns. He'll have DeQuan Finn as his quarterback. Local kid from Texas, kind of small at 5'9", but super fast. Dorian Singer, kind of PC, we'll see. Jacob Cowing, Arizona. I think he'll be a nice little sleeper there. And more Ezaraku. I picked up probably 2-3 golds and an orange for probably $25 shipped on all those. Next stack here, we'll start getting a lot of repeats, so this should go a lot faster. Travis Hunter again, I think, and there are a lot of Travis. Look at that, all this Travis gold color matches. I think his stuff is way too low. He's gonna be hyped up. He's not on any Heisman watch list though. I'm surprised that was not a thing, but I think that they'll have a lot of hype. I'm gonna sell as soon as the season starts, but I think there's some noise there. Blake Shapen transferred to Mississippi State. I was picking these up for like $10. I don't think he's super great. He was hurt a lot, but we'll see. More Evan Stewart. Mason Taylor, found out about him. His younger brother, Isaiah, I forgot his name. Isaiah is at Arizona. Right now he's in the portal. I think he's going to Miami. I think his dad is on the staff there, Jason Taylor. So LSU tight end, why not? $10. More Dallas Turner, more Mason Smith. Walker Howard, this guy just has some bad luck everywhere he goes. Went to LSU, transferred to Ole Miss. Was Jackson Dart going to stay or go? He's going to stay. So Walker, this is a very, very long hold. You might not ever make your money back on him, and his stuff is fairly cheap, but it is what it is. Ty Leak, he was first team All Big Ten. I don't know if he's going to the draft this year, next year. They've got a couple of defensive linemen, but he was pretty solid this year. Raleek Brown, one of my favorites. He is unfortunately at Arizona State now. Absolutely electric. I think like the next coming of like Reggie Bush, if there's anything ever close in terms of an athlete. So we'll see, but ASU's not going to get a lot of spotlight. Brian Thomas balled out this year. A top 7 receiver or so in yards. Put up a stupid amount of touchdowns. I think he was top 5 in touchdowns. He's kind of played himself into the first round, so that's cool. Phil Maffa. Denzel Burke, local kid from me out of Scottsdale, Saguaro. We'll see. He was projected like a first rounder, and then he had an awful season, and then he kind of came back. So I don't know if he's declaring or what his deal is, but we'll see. More Jurasic, I really like him, and Jahad Campbell. Evan Stewart, Shapen. So yeah, a lot of repeats. Southern Miss, Frank Gore Jr., guy that I like. I think he's going to be like the Deuce Vaughn of summer camp and mini camp or all that stuff. Stuff's kind of expensive for Southern Miss, but super productive as a running back there. Michael Williams, a future first round pick, I would imagine. Evan Stewart and Harold Perkins, one of my favorites. I think I already talked about him. Yeah, with the purple. I wanted a gold. Golds are so sick of Harold Perkins. New one here, Ruben Owens, 5-star kid, running back, Texas A&M. Didn't play a whole lot. Got some chance at the bowl game. Does not really, separate himself, but I think he'll do all right. They have not really recruited a running back this cycle. They didn't sign a high school kid. The transfer portal, they got E.J. Smith out of Stanford, Emmett Smith's kid. So he's got all the opportunity. His golds go for pretty cheap. Caleb Williams gold. I got this a long time ago. Just kind of sitting on that for the draft. Braylon Trice, I got this at auctions. I'm hoping it sells just with the national championship hype and all that. But he's a first rounder. Dante Moore, got that for pretty cheap. Got it for $12. Long-term hold now at Oregon. I'm probably not buying his stuff just with UCLA jersey unless it's super, super cheap. But I just, he's going to be a super long hold. And I wasn't super impressed with him. Montreal Johnson, Moore, Mason Taylor, little LT Overton. That was like $5 or $6. Brandon Innes, I will say, is probably one of the most hyped up guys in the entire product. I get it. He's a 5-star guy, Ohio State, wide receiver U. The guy had 1 catch. It was for a touchdown. I don't know if he played in the bowl game. I mean, even if he did, their quarterback situation was not going to get him the ball. I just don't really understand why his prices are that way. You buy Ricky White, Torrey Horton, a ton of other receivers for a better price. So it is what it is. Dorian Singer, Joe Milton. I got this at a pretty good price, and I'm just going to hold it for the draft. I think he could be kind of sneaky. A couple Dallas Turners. Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid was my biggest investment this offseason. Again, I saw the 2024 mock draft as soon as 23 was done. I think just him being such a lockdown player, special teams, the name, kind of the swag like Sauce Gardner. I thought that was a good investment there. More Jacob Cowing. Mason Smith, I bought a ton of his stuff in the offseason. And my reason for that was because he was, in those early mock drafts, he was still projected a first-round pick, despite not even playing his sophomore year. So I thought that was very telling of just kind of his skill set. Super, super strong, big, and thought he was going to be a good pickup. He didn't really do too much this year. I don't know if he's returning or if he declared, but still a guy that I pick up whenever it's super cheap. Some guy from Louisiana bought literally all of my, I couldn't price it, I could have priced it at anything. This guy was buying every single card of mine. I did have like a monopoly on it, but Travis Hunter there. So now we're getting into the greens, more Cowing. Jurion Dickey, another 5-star guy. He's a little bit pricey for what he is. He didn't really play. He was hurt. I think they kind of shut him down towards the end of the year. But I mean, I think he'll have the hype once we get to the season. But they are going to have a loaded wide receiver room. Tez Johnson returns, and they've got some other pieces. They get Evan Stewart. It kind of drops his stock. More Montrell, more Walker, more Damian. So now, yeah, a lot of repeats. Jalen, Shadur, been picking up those. This is all kind of PC stuff. I just picked up this Blake Corum to 50, Ramblin' Man. This is all PC stuff. So this is Trayvon Rudolph. I've mentioned it before, but I had graphics for Northern Illinois this season. I had nothing but great things to say about Trayvon in the offseason when he was recovering from an injury, and he balled out and made it to Sapphires, which is crazy. Tetro McMillan is my rainbow orange. I've got orange shimmer on the way, gold, yellow, green, magenta. Ending with Jacob Cowing, red, orange sapphire, golds, yellow. Got the yellow, true yellow coming in, green, and all those. Oh, and a base. And then Jaden DeLora in the portal. We'll see where he goes, but got those. And then last stack here, just some of my recent pickups. Evan Stewart again. Picked that up for under $10. I think there's Jalen Daniels as well. Perkins. I got these for like $5 a piece. Someone's hit of the box right there. Dorian Singer. Antonio Gates. Here's the thing. I think if people are buying Brandon Innes, they should be buying Antonio Gates, Ruben Owens, Makai Lemon, Jurion Dickey, like all these. I mean, he was like a 3-ish star guy, but his NFL pedigree, I think, is surely to get some hype for him. I don't know. Torrey Horton, gold, one of the best receivers that nobody talks about. Super productive. Transferred from Nevada and then has blown up the last 2 years. He officially returns, so someone that I'm looking for. Matthew Golden, a guy that I like. He is signed with Texas now. Great kick returner. I think he'll do great there. Ricky White, again, number 3 in receiving yards, ultra productive. Ever since the product release, he's been going stupid. So I've been buying into him quite a bit. Some Carson Beck, Sapphires. Just been buying Sapphire. And these Jalen Daniels, not a huge believer in him. I think there's going to be hype. But I got these for like $2-3 a piece. And then Travis Hunter. So I think that's everything. I don't think this is Bowman. I just pulled everything out of my Zion case. DJU, Perkins, some more Kool-Aid, Travis Hunter, Shadur Sanders, and Travis Hunter. So buying into Colorado for sure. That's all women's basketball stuff. More Shadur Sanders, Marshawn Lloyd, Sapphire. Just picked that up at a show. Not Bowman, but Arch Manning. Trying to sell these off. I picked up 3 for $225. I've sold 2 of them for like $275-ish. So that's nice. Bought this and graded it, got a 10, so that's super nice. This Caleb Williams, I picked this up on eBay the week of the National, and it got a gem, which is crazy. So I'm going to wait for that on the draft. And then Kool-Aid, I picked this up. Sick Auto, JaQuincy McKinstry is his real name. And some of his other products, he doesn't really put much of an auto, so this is nice as a full auto. I knew this one would 10, looks super clean. So that's my Bowman University investment portfolio. For the most part, I've got a lot of stuff on ComC that I'm kind of buying up that, just the prices on eBay haven't really made sense, but on ComC and things where I've just been able to acquire some things at low prices, it's made sense. So that's everything. Again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Find the prospects that you believe in and go from there. So if you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.